Hi you guys, my name is Cherita and I need an intro. By the title of this video, you can tell this is going to be the timeline of what went down between Tati Westbrook, James Charles, and Jeffree Star. Get back here because we're having this conversation because there's a lot of things that need to be said. Before I start this video, I really want you guys to clear your thoughts and have an open mind of everything that I am about to say in this video. If you would like more videos like this, make sure you click subscribe for new commentary type content. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. If you don't know me, I am terrible when it comes to dates. So I say things like a couple days ago, a few weeks ago, yesterday, last week, things like that. So please bear with me. About a week or so ago, Tati Westbrook, who is a beauty guru here on YouTube, she posted a video titled Bye Sister. As soon as she posted that video, people knew that it had something to do with James Charles because of all these speculations about him using a vitamin, which is a direct competitor of Tati Westbrook's vitamin brand called Halo. So a lot of people had mixed feelings about this video because a lot of the things that she said in that video made it seem like she was complacent in the things that she was accusing James of. She was friends with him for such a long time, allowed him to be in the public knowing he was doing certain things. She didn't go, she gave details, but she didn't really prove what she was saying was true, and a lot of people kind of just took what she said and ran with it because of things that James has been accused of in the past. There's a lot of layers to this story, but I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, which we all know is impossible. But if you're super confused, there's a lot of different videos about what happened between Tati and James that led up to this video. So everybody believed Tati and she started gaining subs, and James Charles kind of started losing subs. So that's the first thing that happened. After Tati posted her video, James Charles then posted an apology video. The apology video was just like any other beauty guru's apology with the fake tears. It didn't seem like it was very sincere. It started out with him, clicking the camera and going back and making it seem like, he just pressed play and just talked and had, just talked from his heart and had no notes or whatever. Then he really started losing his subs because he didn't say anything in that video. It was just kind of like, I'm sorry to Tati. After that, Jeffree Star starts posting these tweets. So after James posted his apology video, Jeffree started tweeting all of these really mean and malicious things, which, are we really surprised? No. Because Jeffree likes to insert himself into drama that has nothing to do with him. But I digress. Ian, who is James Charles' little brother, posted something along the lines of, "Why does everyone act so tough on the internet?" Jeffree then quote tweeted it and said, "Why is your brother a predator? Why do you really move back to NYC? Exactly. STFU." Now, Jeffree knows the power of his words. He did this to be malicious. Jeffree was trying to imply that Ian moved back to New York for reasons that can't be talked about or whatever. But the fact is, Jeffree tweeted it and then quickly deleted like he normally does. And then on top of that, he tweeted, "There is a reason that Nathan banned James Charles from ever coming over to our home again. There's a reason why I haven't seen him since at Glam Life Guru's birthday in February. He is a danger to society. Everything Tati said is 100% true." The things that Tati was saying were really, those allegations were very, very serious allegations. And Jeffree just confirmed it by only using his words. Now, everybody always believes Jeffree based on his words. Always. Nobody ever asks for receipts. They just say, "Oh, well, Jeffree said it, so it must be true." He knows the power that his words hold, and he put it out on the internet for everybody to read. When Jeffree tweets, people take screenshots because what did he do with this tweet? He deleted it. So after those tweets, Tati then posted a second video talking about why she did what she did. It kind of made it seem like she was backpedaling. She was saying she didn't know it was gonna get as big as it did, which I think is easy to believe because I think Tati is the type of person who wants to take everybody in and thinks that she can fix everybody. And so when she put this video out, maybe she had heard some things from people. I don't know. I'm not sticking up for Tati, but she put out a video basically defending herself on why she put out this video, but the damage was already done. And then she started, you know, kind of backpedaling. That's what it seems like. And then she started losing subs again. After that, James Charles puts out a video. He goes through just about everything, basically clearing his name. He didn't clear everything because he did not talk about how he lied about taking sugar bear pills for, you know, an extended period of time, blah, blah, blah. We all know that he did not take those pills for like 9 days or whatever he said. He just basically used sugar bear to get his VIP pass to Coachella or whatever. That whole situation is still kind of foggy, but he did show and expose some text messages that Jeffree Star sent him while he was going through all of this. Jeffree texted James these malicious tweets that read as follows. Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to molest him and touch him in his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick MFer. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in the hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society. These are tweets that Jeffree tweeted to James Charles. So there's no like fabricating or doctoring these text messages. This is what Jeffree Star text to James Charles. The other text says, are you going to respond to everything or pull a Manny 2.0? When you basically trapped Sam in your hotel room in Seattle and psychologically forced him to stay and made him feel horrible for their pennies you spent on the room. I knew something was terribly wrong with you. When Zach showed me the Snapchat messages of you trying to force him to like you and send him photos, it was completely horrifying to see you use the same sentences as a would use. He was so grossed out by your behavior and the way that you tried to make him feel bad for not reciprocating the same feelings. You guys, these are text messages from Jeffree Star. Nobody can deny that. And the things that he said were out of line, and that's not how you talk to somebody that you claim is your friend. And we'll get there. Out of James Charles' entire video, everybody wanted to focus on these one text messages from Sam, who is the waiter that went to his hotel room in Seattle. They want to say, oh, these have to be fake because of this timestamp and that timestamp. James did say, you know, he took a timestamp, or he took a screenshot when he was in Australia, and then when he came back, and then people are saying, well, that's not real, and blah, blah, blah. But that's one part that may or may not be real. Everything else is real. The tweets that Jeffree Star put out are real. The text messages that Jeffree Star put out are real. Yeah. After James puts out his video, Jeffree Star starts tweeting once again. Before you believe anything that was said today, remember, there are always two sides to every story. Again, people believe him. Oh, basically he's insinuating that James is lying or that there's more to the story than what James is saying. Here's the part that gets me, and nobody is talking about this. So when Jeffree Star put out, don't you wish you could leak all the receipts that you have and blah, 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 a lot of people started tagging James Charles in it. When James confronted Jeffree, sent him a text saying, hey, is this about me? What did Jeffree say? He said, no, this has something to do with somebody who's trying to steal from my company.
On Monday, May 6th, Jeffree posted this tweet to his Twitter, which I instantly started getting tagged in. After this tweet and a few other ones from him and his friends, I decided to reach out to him and ask if there was something going on that I should be aware of. He replied to me and he said that it was not about me and that it was about another brand stealing his ideas. This message was in a voice memo, which has since disappeared from the screenshot. You'll just have to believe me. I have literally no reason to lie at this point.
So James is thinking, all right, I'm cool. I'm in the clear. Then he gets those nasty text messages from Jeffree. One, which included Jeffree saying that, hey, I talked to Shane and Tati and all these people, and they're telling me that you went behind my back and said this, that, and the other. He didn't ask him if it was true. He just assumed it was true. But of course, people are forgetting that because Jeffree then said, because after Jeffree said there's two sides to every story, he said, everyone keeps asking me for my receipts. I have so much to say and some really sad, disgusting things to show you guys. James Charles tried to mass manipulate you all today. When I show you the proof and why I tweeted that tweet about him, you will all finally understand. When he tweeted that, everybody was like, yes, expose him. We can't wait, blah, blah, blah. But this is typical behavior of Jeffree Star. He does this all the time. Do you guys remember last year when he kept saying, like, about the Manny and Laura thing, and he kept going, oh, just wait until you guys hear the real tea. Just wait until I expose everything. This will happen before the end of 2018. Well, we're almost in the middle of 2019 and nothing has been exposed. He's done this before. And he'll continue to do it. But my point is, James asked, hey, the receipts that you're talking about, does that have to do with me? Jeffree said no. Now all of a sudden, he has receipts on James. Jeffree gets on Snapchat and he starts ranting and, saying like, oh, you just wait until, you guys get this video tomorrow. And then he starts saying things like, I just need time to think about it and blah, 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 blah. He's just saying, I think he was setting people up for the video that he ended up putting out, which is the next portion of the timeline. Jeffree posts a video and he said nothing. All he did was apologize. He said he's not going to show the receipts. A lot of people think he never had receipts to begin with, and people had been saying that. The minute Jeffree was like, oh, I'm gonna expose, a lot of people were like, this is repeated behavior. He's done this over and over and over again. So until he comes out with receipts, we're not believing it. And it was literally textbook. He apologized, which a lot of people are like, oh, he apologized, he's mature. Okay, let's say he's mature. What is the best form of apology? Changed behavior. What Jeffree tweeted about Ian and James was not changed behavior because he's done this before. In his video, he said, you guys, I was told incorrect things and that's why I tweeted those things and that's why I sent those text messages. Okay, he's done this before. Do you guys remember when he tried to call out Jackie Aina for not paying her taxes? And then when he apologized, what did he say? Well, somebody told me. A grown man does not pop off like that if he heard something. That's not how people should act or react. This was only like 2 years ago, you guys. And you guys get upset when people bring up what happened 10 years ago. We're not even touching what happened 10 years ago. We're talking about what's recently happened. He said he went back to the old Jeffree. If you went back to the old Jeffree, that doesn't mean you've changed much within these past couple of years. Because if you're still texting these malicious things to people who are supposed to be your friend, and not to mention, he texted something to James's best friend, who I'm assuming is around the same age as James, so a 19, 20-year-old. Why are you, a 33-year-old man, texting these disgusting things to try to make them feel bad? You don't know the whole story, but then when somebody calls you out on it, you want to apologize. The only true apology is changed behavior. And you guys are eating up his apology like no other. Jeffree is constantly inserting himself into drama that has nothing to do with him. He says he won't do it again, but he also said the same thing last year when he apologized, like in his racism apology video. He keeps apologizing for the same thing. And why? It's because you guys allow him to do the same thing. When he said he had receipts on James, again, people were like, yes, go off, I can't wait, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys were hyping him up. And then when he didn't put them out, you guys were like, oh my God, you are so mature. Like, Which one is it? So around the time that Jeffree posted his apology video, Tati posts this long tweet, and let me read it. I have been in communication with James Charles through an intermediary for the past week, and we believe that it is in the best interest of our community, our viewers, and our own mental health to put this matter to a rest. For that reason, I will not be making any further public comments, and I hope and pray that no one else will make any more hurtful statements on my behalf. In my original video, I felt the need to publicly break up with James with a warning call loud enough for him to hear. I was attempting to explain my upset and concern so that everyone would understand my position, and in the speculation that it was all over vitamins. Over the last 8 years, I built my career based on honesty, integrity, and trying my best to do what I thought was right. The toxicity and chaos that ensued over the last 10 days was absolutely not my goal, as it was a fight that I was almost certain to lose. Although I do not regret raising my concerns, I completely regret the way I went about saying them. I could have and should have found a better way. Even in this moment, I still have so many things I'd like to clear up. However, the continued call for receipts is nothing more than a call for never-ending bloodshed. As such, I'm setting aside my overwhelming need to be understood and will continue my conversations with everyone in private. I hope that our community is somehow strengthened from all of this madness, and that we will all strive to hold ourselves and each other to a higher standard. To my audience, I need you to know that I am blessed to have your support and love making videos for you guys. I'm truly sorry for all of the hate this brought to our doorstep. I love you and look forward to returning to my regular content soon. Then after she put out that statement, she deleted her Bye Sister video. It's not deleted completely, but it's unlisted, so in order to watch it, you have to have the link. After all of this, people are struggling on who to believe and who to support. If you have to struggle on who's right or who's wrong or who was in the right, who was in the wrong, that probably lets you know that all of them are problematic and none of them deserve support. None of them. I mean, if you look at the social blades of these people on one day lost a bunch of subscribers, and then the next day they gained a bunch of subscribers, just depending on what video was put out, and that is ridiculous. Everybody out here, y'all have never been taken advantage of in real life, and it shows. It is so hard for you guys to acknowledge when something is bad or toxic or problematic and just walk away. So what do all these facts state? A lot of people think that James Charles got his lawyers involved and that these people were gonna get sister sued, which I believe. Everybody had their own version of the truth. Everybody lied. So none of them are really trustworthy. It's okay to not support anybody. Like, in situations, there's not always a right and a wrong. Both people or all parties can be wrong. And I strongly believe in you are the company you keep. So if this person is trash and they're really close to somebody else, there's a good chance that that person is also trash. I do want to ask you guys a question. Why do you guys watch who you watch? Is it because people go, oh my gosh, I just watched such and such, have you watched them before? And then you watch without doing your due diligence, or you just refuse to believe that when people show you who they are, you should believe them? Or there's just so many other unproblematic content creators who are not getting the views and the support and the following that they deserve. So if you're new to this channel, I like to talk about the problem and come up with the solution. What solution can we come up with? We need to cancel culture, and we need to stop supporting problematic people, because there is nothing that that person is going to do for you in real life that you can't do for yourself. I doubt there's going to be many people telling this side of this issue. People are probably just going to forgive Jeffree like they always do, and it's usually people that have bigger platforms that are like, hey, I think Jeffree is right because, and then he continues this vicious cycle of treating people like dirt and then apologizing for it, but never apologizing to that person. So take from this video what you want, but let's have a conversation in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And do not forget to link up with me on my social media. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.